Hello there, YouTube family. I am back. It is Friday the 24th of October, 2025, and I thought I would make this video for you. Unbeknownst to me, until this morning, I didn't think I'd be making another video until January, if at all, truth be told. And I always try to be as honest as possible with you. That's very important to me. So, what's going on? Well, so far the fall has not been the greatest. Not so much the food, because I have some good news about that, but just about my personal life and things that are going on in my family that I really am not at liberty to speak of here. It's, as my dear friend Joy Clark always says, it's not my story to tell. Also, there have been some things going on with me, and again, it's not something that can be shared in a video. I'm not ill, thank the Lord. I am okay. Everyone in my family is okay. It's something else that's going on that we don't know what the outcome is going to be. Has it affected me? I would say yes. Will it continue to affect me? I would say yes. So that's something that I'm contending with and I am doing my best with. Now, it is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Have you taken care of yourself? Have you gone and had your mammogram? Have you gone to visit your gynecologist for an exam and whatever testing you may need done regarding that, if you need that testing? Have you done that this year so far? The year is coming to an end soon. If you have not, my public service announcement is that you really need to do that. It is very, very important. And I know that many people might have different opinions on these things, and I understand that. And if you do, I have respect for that. However, for the rest of you who are just not going because you're too busy, or maybe you forgot and you keep putting it off and putting it off, it is very important that you take a step back and you examine things, because the last thing that you want to do is have something happen to you that you could have prevented or at least been well aware of long in advance of it becoming a bad situation. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. I don't like going either, but I do go because it's important. You need to be here for your families. If you don't do these things, you're risking that major medical problems can happen to you, which there's no going back from. That doesn't mean that, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what life will bring us. But my feeling is I want to have in my heart of hearts and in my mind, I want to be able to say I did the best I could. When it comes to something like going for a mammogram, I don't think that for most of us, it is the end of the world in terms of what we have to do to go get a mammo. Maybe you disagree with me, I don't know, but that is just my own personal opinion. I went on September 26th, and Terry, if you're watching, I love you dearly. Terry accompanied me. We went to Mrsroedee down in Rye Brook, New York, where I've been going since I was 36 years old. And I had my testing done, and I walked out with clean bill of health. And I thank the Lord every minute of every day that I was given that clean bill of health. Because every year, there's always a question mark in most people's minds when they go for these tests. And that's why a lot of women don't go for them. I know that for a fact, that is true. But again, I'll be your public service announcer. It's important. So go take care of it if you haven't done it yet. On to the next thing, my eating. I think it may have been in July, I did a video discussing the results of my blood work and that my triglycerides were high, which has never happened to me before. And my cholesterol was not good. It was very high. The bad one was high. The whole thing was high. Which HDL, you want it to be high, but the bad one was high to where it was significant and something that I needed to address. So in August, I did move over to, partly because I was sick of dieting, which I still am sick of dieting. I'm not going to tell you where to lie. And because I knew for my health that it would be very important for me to switch over to whole food plant-based as soon as I could and do the best I can with trying to actually do that every day for the rest of my life. And we can only do the best we can. Nothing is perfect. The minute we tell ourselves we have to be perfect is when we set ourselves up to not be perfect and throw the towel in, or potentially throw the towel in. So I did that all the month of August into September. Can't quite remember now. Regardless, I did it for a good solid month. And then I got sick a weekend and it threw me off. And I kept trying to get back on. I still was not eating meat, poultry, fish, seafood, or dairy, but I was not eating whole food plant-based properly. And we'll just leave it at that. I was focused also on losing weight and getting frustrated with myself. And then things were happening as we went along, and here we are today. So all that mess. Yesterday, I had a very lovely meeting with some very lovely ladies that I loved dearly. And we were chatting, and in our chat, we came to discuss how we feel and how frustrated we get with the fact that we may either stay the same, gain when we get on that scale, and how it sets us back, or it can set us back, and how we may be eating at night, myself included in that one, and how we don't know why we do these things, and it frustrates us. So somehow that conversation got turned around and became one where we were celebrating each other of all that we've accomplished so far, how much weight we've lost, how much weight we've kept off, even if we're not at our goal or target weight, or even if we got out to our target weight like I did, and we've gone back up a bit, we still are going more in the right direction than in the wrong direction. And we seem to forget about that. So if you're doing that, take a step back and start celebrating the things that you have accomplished and how far you've come and how bad it would be if you didn't try at all. And that maybe my wish for you, if you're having a difficult time right now, is that what happened to me this morning happens to you. After quite a long time now, to me anyway, since the beginning of the fall, my head has not just been on straight. And this morning I woke up feeling freedom, feeling like a light bulb, the switch went back on, as Joy calls it, my dear friend Joy. The switch went up, it's on, and I am back on doing whole food plant-based the right way as of today. And I love what I'm doing. I enjoy my food. Getting on to the latest blood work that I just got results from at the beginning of this week. Everything is where it should be. My blood work, my primary care person and I were celebrating the fact of what I've accomplished, and not even doing everything in the way I started out doing it for that whole month. But in 28 days, you can accomplish so much with whole food plant-based for most of us, not all of us, if you try. And I am an example of that. Much to my amazement, even though I haven't been 100%, there have been some donuts in there and a few other things. But even with that, my blood work is where it should be. So can you just imagine when I go in January, if I actually do what I've set out to do, what I promised myself when I walked out of that radiology office on September 26th was that I was going to take care of business and do these things to take care of me, which is my healthy eating on whole food plant-based. So can you imagine how much better I'm going to feel in January and what that blood work might look like then? So what am I doing that's not whole food plant-based? Well, I am having a little bit of extra virgin olive oil here and there. Dr. Christy Funk, the breast doctor, that I've spoke about many times on my channel, she blesses 1 tablespoon of good, healthy, extra virgin olive oil a day. She blesses that. She blesses 2 whole eggs a week. Now, what kind of eggs? They need to be organic and pasture raised, not cage free, not free range. Free range and cage free is the same thing. They have a foot of room or 2 feet of room. They can't even spread their wings. Cage free and free range. Pasture raised means they have 108 square feet in the United States. I'm not speaking for anywhere else. Freely roam around in when they're outside, which is most of the day. Now, why is it a problem with the eggs? It's not about the cholesterol, it's about the choline. Apparently the choline increases the chances of someone being able to, their body making cancer cells. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to try to explain it to you. I'll just encourage you to go look it up. Now, what is the problem with regular eggs? Is if you're not an animal advocate, the problem is they don't have any nutritional value. If you're buying and believe me, I've been doing it for years, up until very recently, buy eggs in the supermarket, any old eggs, white or brown, they don't have the nutritional value that an organically fed, pasture-raised chicken egg will have. And there's high chance, in the United States anyway, can't speak for anywhere else, that the feed that all these other chickens who are laying all those other eggs that they're being given has arsenic in it. The only way that you're going to possibly say, possibly, again, because we can never know 100%, even if it's organic, we're hoping and praying that there is no arsenic in the feed. There should not be, because it is organic. However, again, do your homework. So the reason I'm not eating eggs all the time is because I'm whole food plant-based. However, I would like to have an egg here and there. I also I'm open to making organic pasture-raised egg whites and adding a little turmeric for color, and then that salt, the Indian salt that smells like sulfur, which you just put on top when they're cooked, gives you the taste of the egg. So I'm probably going to do that more than I'm going to do the whole eggs. But like I said, she is the person I mainly follow because of the history in my family of breast cancer. Not that we don't have other cancers, because we do. And Dr. Greger and Dr. Bernard. Those are my three top, and Dr. Lee also is in the mix that I follow, because this is my health journey now. This is not my get on the scale, lose weight. Yeah, do I want to do that? Do I want to lose this 10 pounds? I sure do. But my channel is becoming about my health and what I'm doing to feed my body well in order for me to be as healthy as I can be, with the hope that I will be able to lose these pounds. And that does it. I've been talking for over 12 minutes now. I just wanted to give you this update. I want to thank you very much for having watched and for putting up with me. As I said, I didn't mean to disappear, but things happen in our lives, and it's hard to be committed to a channel 100% of the time when things are going on that you can't speak about freely, and you're feeling certain feelings, and you're not following the thing that you want to be following for your health at least 80% of the time to come on and do a video. I just wasn't up to making videos. I really was in a very dark place, and I am so grateful to have people around me that care about me and to bounce ideas off of and to speak about my feelings too, that have brought me to this point now where I can start to refocus myself back onto my health, because that is important. I can't help anyone else in my family if I can't help me, and same for you, right? So my speech to you so far has been the public service announcement about your health, doing what you need to do for that. And men have other things that they need to do for their health. If any guys are watching, make sure you get your physical every year. Make sure you get your blood work regularly according to how you and your doctor plan it out. Don't let these things go, because you can be building in your heart, your arteries can be getting clogged and you don't even know it. That's a dangerous thing. You don't want that to happen either. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to all of you for now. I'm going to send you these big fat hugs. I'm going to tell you, as I always try to tell you, that you are always in my thoughts and prayers. I hope you and your families are doing well. I hope you're doing well. If you're not, I always have a listening ear. Write in the comments, send me an email, join the Slim Win group. You'll get a lot of support there if you like and if you need. And I will see you all again in the next video. Stay well, my YouTube family.